Hello, everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Gold Crest Valley. And we're up at Morgan's Massive Motors here, apparently M3. And we're going to see if we can rent ourselves a sugar beet harvester. And we're just going to go with the tow behind one here. Oh, we're going to need the front topper. We're going to lease that. That's actually not too expensive, $1,870. And then we'll get the tow behind piece here. Nice thing about the sugar beets, the tow behind and even the self-propelled, they're both of decent size. This is what, 3 meters, and this is 4? Yeah, this is 4. You know, as opposed to the potatoes, which is 2 meters versus 3. Yeah, versus 3. The sugar beet's not quite so bad with the tow behind. That is bearable to use, at least in my opinion. The tow behind potato is like really a pain to use if you have to use it. So anyway, we're going to get the Rootster 604, lease that. Again, not too bad. And like I said, we're just leasing this just so we can get our current sugar beet field harvested. I mentioned that when we planted the field. We're just going to lease the tow behind harvester here. And wow, this tractor looks a little small pulling this for some reason. I was going to take the New Holland tractor, but then I figured that might be a little bit overkill. Looking at the size of this, maybe not. Not sure if you can use both the topper and the harvester on the same tractor. Well, I guess we'll find out here in a moment. And, of course, these sugar beets are going to be going for the pigs. Not sure how many we're going to get off the field here, because obviously we don't need that many for the pigs. So if we get, quite a few sugar beets, we might just maybe sell some as well. We'll have to see how many we get here. And since last episode, I have fast-forwarded time, so the fields are ready to harvest. Of course, except for the field we just planted. That field, of course, is not ready to harvest yet. But the remainder of our fields are ready to harvest. And I believe our grass field is actually ready to be mowed again as well if we wanted to. We'll check that in a moment here, maybe once we get back to the farm. But yes, if we wanted to mow field 20 again, of course make more silage bales, we can actually do that, I believe. And this time around, I'm actually going to try and test something here. I am putting 3 levels of fertilizer on that field. Up until this point, I don't believe it's actually had any, other than the initial fertilization level, I don't believe it's actually had any fertilizer on that field. So I'm going to be kind of curious to see if fertilizer makes a difference on the grass or not. The first 2 times there, we pretty much got 4.5 loads of bales. So we'll see if 3 levels of fertilizer make a difference. Okay, so we have to turn grass on here just so we can see what the level... Oh, it's actually not quite... for grass, I've been told you kind of want to wait till it's this second shade of orange here. Grass does not get any darker than the second shade of orange. And if you wait till the second shade of orange, apparently you get more grass. Again, something I should probably test sometime just to see if that's actually true or not. But yes, we could mow this field if we wanted to. And you can see I do have the Vultra there. Fertilizing field 20. We are going to be harvesting on 15 here. Okay, so let's get started. GPS mod, of course. 3.1. I can narrow that down just to 3. Oh, we can. Okay. I was thinking this harvester folded out, but it apparently does not. Not going to complain about that. That means we can pull this right behind the same tractor that's doing the topping. Oh, and you can actually hire a worker with this as well. Interesting. I don't believe you could in Farming Simulator 15 hire a worker with the tow behind harvester. And even on this small field here, this is probably still going to take a while. And just given the close quarters on this field, we'll probably end up doing this ourselves. I don't know if we can get a hired worker to do this effectively. Probably have to go with the option of skipping a few rows here, just so we can make the turns easy enough. Okay, so first thing I noticed, we are filling up very, very quickly. I think we're going to get maybe course play set up here with a trailer. Probably going to have to use the smaller trailer, I'm guessing. I don't know if our big Joskin here will work. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a negative on that one. We'll have to get the small trailer. Speaking of which, we are basically full. Okay, that did not take long at all. Guess we'll have to get the New Holland here. It's really the only large enough tractor we have left to pull the trailer. Speaking of the New Holland here, if you look at the tires, I don't know if it's visible on the front a little bit, but you should be able to really see it on the back side here. Notice how the one tire is significantly more dirty than the other tire. That's part of the mod for realism there. Actually, I think the first time I've actually seen that. And I'm actually not quite sure how I managed to get that to happen. One way I believe you can actually do it, if you're doing something like this, one tire on the field, one tire off the field, that will do it. But I don't know how much of that I've been doing. I don't think it's been that much, but... And even course play might have some trouble unloading this here. Such a small field for course play to work on. How much did this hold? A little over 6,000, was it? Okay, so I definitely think we're going to get quite a few sugar beets off this field then. Might have to go with the plan, like I was saying there. We might sell a few sugar beets here as well. Now, the pigs definitely aren't going to need that many sugar beets. I think it's only, what, 5% for the sugar beets for the pigs? Yeah, 5% root crops. So potatoes are sugar beets. So they're definitely not going to take that many sugar beets. We currently have 49, and ooh, we should clean them as well. Let me get our Lily Junos on that task. And the cows here apparently really need to be cleaned. Okay, looks like that's the middle there. And unfortunately, is this full? Okay, so I don't think we can clean the cows here, unfortunately. I might have to get down here with a tractor and a bucket. I'm guessing the grass on the cows here is full, possibly? Because, yeah, it doesn't look like this is unloading for some reason. And the only reason I can think of is the fact that it's full. I guess we can just leave it and let it run here. Don't believe it actually hurts anything to let it run. When we have this placeable object here that is supposed to take care of the maintenance costs for it. Okay, back to harvesting sugar beets, and like I said, we'll probably set this up with course play here for the unloading tractor. We'll see how well course play can do on this small field here. Again, yeah, look how fast we're filling up here. We're definitely getting a lot of sugar beets. That's probably one big advantage of the self-propelled sugar beet harvester, and for that matter, the potato harvester as well. They have a much larger storage capacity than the tow-behind ones do. Okay, let's get the New Holland here set up with a little quick and dirty courseplay course for unloading. And one comment I've always gotten about courseplay is the fact that it's too hard to use. Well, for those who think it's too hard to use, let me show you a quick way to unload combines here. Now, this isn't going to be fully automated, but it's going to be fairly easy to do. So simply what we're going to do is open up courseplay, which is Control, Delete, or right-click on the mouse, depending on what you have it set to. Or I guess maybe it doesn't work, period. Why is courseplay not working? Okay, and a quick restart of the save game later, and I figured out why courseplay was not working. Apparently it was deactivated. Not entirely sure why. The only thing I can assume is when I updated the version, it possibly deactivated itself. Not really sure, because I'm pretty sure I've used it since I updated it. But anyway, it was deactivated for some reason. So now it's active. Now we can do Control, Delete, and now courseplay opens. So like I was saying, quick and dirty courseplay course here. For those who think it's too hard, well, this is pretty easy. Start. Stop. Make sure it's in combi mode. And drive course. Simple as that. Don't have to do anything else. Courseplay should now unload the harvester here. The only thing, like I said, keep in mind, this is a small field, so this might not go so well. Should actually be coming to unload us. Actually, you know what? Change one other thing here. Pathfinding activated. We're actually going to deactivate that. That way, courseplay comes and unloads us right away. Basically, when the pipe is over crops like it is now, courseplay for realism settings will not come unload us until it is 100% full, which I don't really want to wait for. Also, apparently, it doesn't like the pipe here, unfortunately. Might actually help if we put a smaller tractor on it. Smaller tractor might actually work. Maybe we'll have to see once. Probably should like switch the New Holland and the Fendt around here maybe. Okay, there we go. And like I said, the issue here might be the fact that the New Holland is going to drive off the field. We can actually probably fix that here. We'll just set him to manually find the combine. And by manually find the combine, we're talking about the harvester here. Actually, it looks like he's just... Nope, now he's going to drive off the field, probably. Yeah, he's going to drive off the field. So basically, once courseplay is driven off the field, or the harvester for that matter, courseplay can no longer automatically detect the harvester. And in this case, the way around it, we're just going to manually select it. So under the Combine tab here, Manual, and then we'll pick the Rootster 604 there on the list. And we should be in business here again. That way, if he does drive off the field, he should still be able to detect us. With the exception, he's probably going to run into that building, if I had to guess. So kind of like I said the last time we were using courseplay here, the fields around the main farm here, at least, are a little bit too small. In fact, actually, most of the fields on this map, to be realistic, are too small for courseplay. Courseplay does better in larger, open fields. No objects around the outside of the field. Oh, it was actually coming to unload us. And he didn't crash into the building. Good for him. Oh, now he's going to get in traffic with that. Okay. should probably really move the mowing and haymaking equipment there. It's like constantly in the way for hired workers. And like I was saying, this Courseplay course is not fully automated because Courseplay has no way to unload itself. So once Courseplay is full, it's just going to go back to the start-stop point there and sit there and wait for us to unload them. But if you ask me, this is still somewhat simpler. Got at least Courseplay is unloading us. Oh, this time he actually parked on the field. So there again, like I was saying, that means he can automatically detect the harvester here. Oh, and I'm guessing he's coming to unload us here. Yeah, we're definitely filling up really quickly. To help with that, you could probably change the percentage there for Courseplay. I believe the default is 50%, so once we reach 50% full, Courseplay should come unload us. We could probably set it down to like 30% or something like that, so you'll unload us a little bit quicker. Anyway, we'll read a couple comments here a moment. Drunken Gamer was saying you can press unload, or press U on the keyboard to unload that trailer. It will unload the same side that is selected for the auto load. I will definitely have to give that a try. I did not realize that trailer had an auto unload feature on it. That'll definitely make unloading much easier. And the trailer we're talking about, by the way, probably should be a little more specific about that, is the logging trailer. For those of you watching the logging series here on Go Crest Valley. And by the way, as far as the logging goes, for those of you wondering how much we made off that, we're currently sitting at, I think we were actually at 420, 425, something like that, before I fast forwarded time so the crops would ripen. So we were up to about 425,000 or so. Whiskey was asking, if you buy a field, is it possible to sell it back again? Not with the default gain, no. Once you buy a field, you own it. No way to sell it. And I know at least in 15, I don't know that I've... Oh, we'll just back up here, I guess. At least on 15, you had the Hagenstead Bank, I think it was. The Hagenstead Bank, I like to say was the name of the mod. That would actually let you sell fields back. I don't know that I've actually seen that for 17 here yet. But there was actually a couple of options for mods back in 15 that would let you sell... Where is he going? I don't know that he even knows. Oh, yeah, he's probably up against the column there. He's probably actually full, too. 86%, so not quite, but real close. So yeah, back in 15, there were several options for selling fields as far as mods went. I don't know that I've actually seen any here in 17 yet. Outside of doing it with mods, you can actually go into the XML. I'd like to say it's the economy XML. And it's simply like a true false in there as to whether or not you own the fields. Of course, you don't get any money back that way. But if you know how to do that, then you can pretty much easily add yourself the money back as well. As he was saying, for the logs, you should back into the pond by the sawmill. That is true. I should have tried that. I didn't actually think of that there. The pond by the sawmill there, you can back in, and then the logs will sell that way. Sean was saying one train brings logs to another. Correct, they can. But like I keep saying, why does the train that goes to the sawmill only have one logging car on it? This seems completely backwards to me as to why they would do it that way. Okay, just tell him to drive course again. He should be good. Should actually come on Lotus here. Yep, he is actually going to come on Lotus. Okay. Tyler was saying, do you know of any way I can get wheat out of the train car? I emptied grain in the wrong car, and now the mill won't let me dump. So, like I said, I'm assuming you're talking about the train cars there. There are several locations around the map here where you can actually store grain. I guess they're actually not marked on the map here, are they? One of them is down by 17 here, somewhere in this area. I believe you can store grain there. Also, at the train station, you can also, or should be able to store grain at the train station. So just go to one of those locations. You can empty back out. And then if you want, put it back in the right train car. Just leave it stored there, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so yes, course play is full. I'm thinking if we maybe bring like 2 loads to the cows, that should be more than enough sugar beets for the cows. Or not the cows, the pigs for a while. And, of course, if we ever need more in the future here again, which I don't think we'll need more sugar beets in the future. Not sure how much longer we're going to be playing on this map anyway, so... Okay, and once we're full here, we're going to have to go and empty the New Holland. Ryan was asking, is that a logging trailer a mod? Yes, it is. Looks identical to the in-game trailer. It just has the auto-loading script on it. And where is that New Holland going? Okay, we'll bring this up to the pigs here. That is 31,000 sugar beets with this trailer. That actually is probably enough right there alone with this trailer. I'm thinking maybe just this one load by the pigs will be enough. Muck was saying that method of unloading the logging trailer cracked me up. Too funny. Yes, did you folks like that one? For those of you who did not see that, logging episode, last episode, I believe it was episode 55 was the number on that one. I don't really pay that close attention to the episode numbers, really. Actually, why am I going this way? I should actually, okay, I guess this works. I should have probably gone up through the forest area, maybe. Although the road here might be just as quick as well. George was saying, slowly but surely, 3 months pass by, and since the release of Farming Simulator 17, I still cannot find a video about slurry spreading on YouTube. I wanted to gather some information about how many liters needed per hectare. Sounds like he gave it a try here. And he was saying it's not as bad as it was in 15. Well, that's good news right there. Still sounds like a lot here. He's got some numbers. 13,000 to 14,500 needed per hectare. Sounds like he also has, what, 200 cows. So, yeah. That's probably the reason you haven't seen any slurry spreading videos. Oh, yeah, they definitely did not take much at all, did they? And like I was saying, we'll just store this in the shed back here. Yeah, as far as the slurry spreading goes, the reason you probably haven't seen any is because the amount of slurry you need to actually be able to use it. It's just ridiculous. Now, according to your numbers, it sounds like it's better than it was in 15, which is good. Maybe we'll have to get into it and give it a try here. Really, the only way I could probably feasibly do it on this map, I have my doubts if our cows actually have any. Well, they probably have some, but... 30... Oh, we actually do have 34,000. That's actually quite a bit yet. And it is quite a bit. At the same time, it's really not. Okay, so we'll just start a pile here. Yeah, it's pretty much been the whole problem with slurry, just actually having enough to make it worth doing anything with. And same thing goes for the solid manure as well. Just having actually enough solid manure to do anything with. Now, of course, with the solid manure, there's really no other way to make solid manure other than the animals. At least with the slurry, you can go to the biogas plant, and the biogas plant will produce a significant amount of slurry. I know somebody suggested I should actually sell the silage bales at the biogas plant. That way I at least get the slurry as well. It's actually a fairly good idea there. And supposedly, I guess the silage bales actually sell for the same price. At least that's what the individual that left the comment anyway was saying. Big Deal was also saying you have the pond to dump into for the sawmill. Yes, like I said, didn't think of that there for the logs. And also, if the trailer has the auto unload function on it, that'd probably be even easier yet. Okay, anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll wrap up the video here. I will probably finish up the sugar beet harvesting here off screen, and we'll come back next episode and start on the other fields. So anyway, with that, if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.